And hello, everyone. Welcome to Laser Vision Comics, our Prowlers and Paragons series that we started just a few weeks ago. My name is Bolthra. I am your storyteller, narrator, whatever we call it in this game master perhaps. And today I have two players with me. I'm going to go ahead and have them introduce themselves. Let's start with Jen.
Hi, I'm Jen. I'm playing Xandra Storms. She is found out recently she's a superhero. And she does,
As you
well, you'll
do.
see what she does. Yeah, as you do, you know. Yeah, I guess that's all you need to know about my character right now.
And Aloysius.
Hello, I'm Aloysius. I'm playing Benny Frost. And he's a bit of a slacker. Um, doesn't really know what's going on at any given moment. He's just kind of excited to be along for the ride at this point in time, because
Literally.
literally, because everything is just wild. Very scary at first, but now that he's in it, he's like, this is kind of cool. I'm kind of about it.
Well, we'll find out what happens with our characters in just a moment. I want to
Mhm.
thank everyone who's joined the stream. If it's your first time here, welcome, and if you've been here before, thanks for coming back. Uh, if you can, just like the channel, and we'll also have the videos up on YouTube, also at Restless Barbarian Gaming. So if you're watching us on YouTube, please be sure to give us a like on the video and subscribe to us. As we get into our first page of issue number 3 for Old Man Winter, we take a step back to kind of what happened in the previous issue. The two characters had met in the small town of Catsbridge, Illinois. Almost seemingly by chance. They met at seemingly by chance, at a small cafe. When they walked out of the cafe, there was a couple angry gentlemen who wanted to have some words with Benny. Turns out they were not quite as tough as our heroes, and they have since left Catsbridge and are now driving to Chicago. It has been a hell of a day, really a hell of a 2 days, really, for Benny at this point. Um, and they are on their way. As they're heading towards Chicago, the sun is starting to set, so it has a nice setting. The sun is at their back as they're driving. They start to see the city skyline ahead of them. Optic is sitting in the front seat between Benny and Xandra, because Xandra is driving. Um,
Right.
and as we head towards the city, they're on a toll road,
Uh-oh.
and there's a toll coming up.
That's gonna track us.
What do we do?
And
Got any answers, Optic?
Optic goes, state of Illinois will get their money, and you just kind of zip through it with
There
no.
is usually there is a like a faster, there used to be at least a
Yeah,
faster route if you have like a little key fob or something,
yeah,
and it just,
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. She said, state of Illinois will get their money, no problem.
All right.
Zip through it.
God, you are so useful.
She's she's like, I try my best. I can, I used to be able to get all the movies, but nobody can see them but me.
Mm.
That does sound like a bit of an issue. I
And
mean,
then,
maybe not for you, but for everyone else.
and then she goes, oh, ah,
Oh, you okay? What happened?
Get a computer virus or something?
shut up, Penny. I'm getting a distress call from Paradox. She's one of our younger members.
Paradox?
Yeah.
Interesting.
She was responding to a police report, but oh god damn it, it was a trap. There's three.
Oh,
There's three.
Seems
Three.
par for the course, given the past 2 days.
She's like, yeah, I know. She's like, we
Several
have.
months or whatever, but
She's like, I know, Benny. I'm sorry. We've had a bad 2 days. She's like, she says that 3 hoods have her pinned down. I I hate to
Where's
ask.
she at? Where's she at?
There's a
We'll go.
there's a she says it's an old uh, junkyard, cars.
It doesn't narrow it down in Chicago very much.
She's like,
Yeah, aren't there like a lot of those like everywhere?
Everywhere.
she's trying to. I'm trying to read from her GPS tracking where she is, and we are gonna have a roll to see
Oh.
if Optic can pinpoint it for you. Because the storyteller could be just nice and say, "Oh, I know exactly where it is," but
Right.
You know, why would he do that?
actually, yes. She goes, "Okay, I'll give you directions." And
Okay, yeah.
I'm
I'm like driving along.
Yeah. She gives you directions. You guys are going really about as fast as you legally can. It's rush hour, so you're going into the city. So there may be not quite
Yeah.
as much traffic going into the city as would be coming out.
Right.
But you do find after kind of getting off the highway, kind of wind through a couple streets. You're not really in the city itself yet. You're still kind of on the outskirts, but you come up to a junkyard. Miller's Salvage, we'll just call it.
Sure.
And
Is this the one Optic, you think?
she's like, yeah, this is it.
Okay.
She says she's down. She's behind some of the stacks.
Okay.
And as you pull up, there's a chain link fence with barbed wire across the top and stacks of like smashed cars. I mean, they're all flattened.
Okay.
Just probably maybe 20 feet high. I mean, they're just stacked up high. And the gate is open. You can see that the door, it was during the days, but they probably closed earlier than that, but for whatever reason, the gate is open.
Okay.
And as you get closer, you do see a small Honda Civic, black Honda Civic, parked outside. But then when
that's probably not good. you know.
Yeah. But as you pull up, Optic pounds on the back window for Rocky, and she's like, "Rocky,
Yeah.
you better get ready." And Rocky sits up. Says, "I'm always ready."
Okay.
Okay, cool.
Should I do my thing? He says, "Stop it."
Maybe not at this moment
maybe
in
not
time.
yet, you know.
Okay.
I mean,
Trying to draw attention.
I do.
yeah. Optic, where's your friend at? I can probably fly over this. I don't know if they got cameras out, but
She is north of us.
okay.
It's starting to get. She's starting to fade a little bit. She's been hurt.
Okay. What's she look like?
She is a younger girl. She should be dressed in a black and purple bodysuit, and she has short
Okay.
black hair.
Okay.
Purple was coming to me for some reason with that name Paradox.
You want me just to try to get her?
Um,
Is she in a building or is she? You don't know.
no, she's not in a building. She's behind something.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. So are you going to change costumes, or are you going to?
Yeah. I may as well look like a superhero while I'm doing it, you know?
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna move out of the truck or out of the way or come into the back where there's a little more room maybe and just change. I don't care who's watching. It doesn't matter to me at all. So I'm gonna come out of the car.
Okay. Okay. Nope.
You said something.
No. It's just to say Rocky doesn't seem to care either. So.
Yeah, fine. All right, so I'm gonna get out of the truck and I'm gonna fly over the barbed wire fence and see if I can kind of, maybe be higher than their cameras and see if I can find her.
Okay.
somewhere amongst
Okay.
the flat cars.
As you fly up, you spot three figures in kind of the front part of the junkyard.
I'll be
Um,
going the other way, around the end or something.
okay, I'm gonna see if they notice you.
How good is their field of view?
Mm-hmm.
Are their peripherals with them today?
One of them, you hear someone say, "Hey, look up."
Oh, going
Okay.
higher.
Okay. All right.
Hmm.
Okay.
It's dark, so
Okay. As you
yeah.
as you swoop around, you do see um, a figure who looks like Paradox, kind of laying
Okay.
down on the back. Do you want to get closer?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay. As you get closer, you see her feet are covered in some kind of black goop, and it looks like and it
Oh
looks like
no.
she's stuck to one of the cars, and she's not moving.
Okay. I'm gonna try to stealthily come down next to her.
Okay.
Like, hey, I'm here to rescue you. Your friend Optic sent me.
She's. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have gone by myself, but it
Don't worry
just.
about it. I'm gonna get you out of here. We gotta get that goo off of you first. So, how am I gonna do that? Is it still like viscous, or is it like
Yeah.
turning into Play-Doh? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are we like near the middle or the end of the lot,
You're,
or
you're
where
towards
are
the
we at?
middle.
Towards the middle.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. All right. So I'm gonna like kind of. I wonder if Benny can freeze it. I just hold tight. I'll be right back. And I go flying back out, land by the truck.
Could
Hey,
you
Benny, I need you to freeze something for me.
actually before
Okay.
before you
Before I
fly
do? Okay.
before you fly
Yeah.
away,
Sure, sure.
could you please give me an agility check or agility
Sure.
roll, please?
Yep. How many is agility? 5 dice? Okay. I've got a 2 and a 2 and a 4. That's it.
Okay. Um, Before you were about to take off, something heavy comes crashing towards you. Um,
Oh, fuck.
as you, it kind of clips you on the arm, but it looks like an engine block.
Oh, shit. We gotta move.
And you see a young man with he has huge physique. His braided blonde and black dreadlocks. He's dressed in a black hoodie, and he kind of flexes it. He's like, "Don't touch her."
I'm gonna hit him with some lightning.
Okay.
Do
Just
we all hear this
go away.
happening from
Yeah.
back at the
I hope
truck?
so.
And that's what I was gonna say is back at the
Yeah.
car. Yes, you now hear this heavy crash of something that you can't see, but sounds like something very heavy has crashed.
Okay, Rocky.
Yeah, I'm
toss
just
me
gonna zap
over.
him.
Okay, well hold on, one at a time. Okay, let's go with Old Man Winter first.
Okay, yes.
Rocky, toss me over.
Are you sure? Over the fence
Well,
or over where?
No, just over the fence. Don't whip me that far. I don't know how
Okay.
hard I can take it. Just, just over the fence and I'll run.
He's like, okay, I want to have you make a, because you're going to have to land. I want to have you make an agility roll to see how you land.
Okay. Luckily, I'm good at those. We'll see how well that serves me, though. That is 6 successes.
Okay, not quite the 3-point superhero landing, but he comes down kind of like in the middle of the courtyard, and he sees a young woman dressed in a blue dress with an eye mask on, and she has like matching sneakers and matching gloves. And then he sees another guy, bald, with these kind of weird kind of stripes on his head, and his hands are just dripping this like black goo kind of stuff.
Do I see Benny from where I'm at?
No, you
I don't know
cannot.
how far
No, you
away he
cannot.
is. Okay.
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 Now, if you, because you're like basically in a row over, like behind
Okay.
cars, so you wouldn't be able to see
Hmm.
what he sees.
Okay.
Now you wanted to shoot lightning at this guy.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
You're
Hmm.
gonna do your blast.
Yep.
Okay.
So that's how many dice is that one? 8. Okay. I have 6, so I'll roll a couple of them twice. Okay, I've got 2 4s, 3 4s, 4 4s actually, and then roll the other 2 for 8, and I got a 2 and a 4. So
Okay.
that should do something.
No.
No?
It hits
Okay.
him. It hits him. It kind of
Hmm.
staggers him a little bit. Doesn't look like it hurt him at all.
Rats.
And he's like, okay. We are going to switch back then to Benny. Um, as he's landed by these guys, he hears heavy footsteps coming up from behind him, and Rocky is running forward followed by Optic.
Okay, he'll sort of like look back
Okay.
at them for a second, and then he'll look at the two
Mhm.
people in front of him and just say, "Good guys, bad guys." And what you doing here?
And the girl puts her
Well,
hands on her hips, like, as if we're the bad guys, and you don't belong here.
that's all I needed.
Okay.
And then I
All right.
blast her.
Okay. I want to get everyone's edge, please, because we're formally going into
9.
combat. Okay.
11.
11. Okay. Let's see. I got Rocky. Tick. Okay. So, all right. So, the first character who's going to move, the gentleman who is attacking or is facing off with Thunderbolt,
Hmm.
he's going to come charging in, and he says, "Uppercut's going to teach you a lesson about manners, girl." And he is,
Uppercut? That's your name? You couldn't think of something better than this? Wow, lack of creativity, dude.
and he is going to swing at her. Um, ooh, you can either try to, you could try to use your, you can either try to evade this or try to take the punch. It is up to you.
Uh, I'm kind of torn between thinking uppercut is like overemphasizing a skill that he doesn't really have much of, or
Only one way
I'm
to
just
find out.
I'm just gonna fly up, or you can't hit me.
Okay, roll your
A little bit.
your flight, please.
Flight.
Okay.
It's let's see how many dice is this. Just says rank 7. Oh, 7 dice. Okay. Well, here we go. I've got a 6 and a 6 and a 4 and another 4, and then that's okay. 1, 2, 3, 4 dice. I need 7, another 6, and a 2.
Okay. You manage to get out of the way, like he's basically his fists just miss right where you were. Okay.
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 Yeah. So I'm like a little bit up in the air,
Yep. Okay.
out of reach.
And then now, let's see. We have a tie. Let's go with Thunderbolt next.
Okay.
So she's basically like evaded this guy.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to. We'll see how well this works in Chicago. Um, forceful winds with stinging rain kind of thing, you know?
Okay.
This is normal weather there in certain times of the
Yeah.
year. Okay, so I'm going to roll 6 dice.
Okay.
Got 2 2s, a 6, another 6, and another 6.
Okay. So that's 8. Okay. All right. So she summons actually, I'll let you describe
Wind
it.
and I'm gonna summon like wind and rain, like
Okay.
stinging rain, because you get that sometimes in Chicago coming down, and I'm gonna direct it over him where he's at.
Okay. And he's going like ah.
You should run. I can do this all day or night or whatever.
Okay. we are going to switch back over to the other side. The young lady is now not very thrilled with Old Man Winter, and she comes up and she's going to try to do a jumping kick at Old Man Winter. What would you like to do? Would you like to try to dodge? You're going to try to take the hit? What would you like to do?
I guess I'll dodge.
Okay.
Is 7 successes.
You successfully get out of the way. Her foot uh, just goes past like where your shoulder was. Okay. And it is now your turn.
Uh, guess as I sort of like dodge out of the way, as she goes like flying past me, I'll sort of just like touch her as she goes by, and I'll try to sap her body heat.
Okay. Okay. That'll work.
That is 5 successes.
Okay. You manage to. She feels it. It doesn't totally stop her, but she's kind of like ah. So you've definitely let her know you're there and what you can do. Okay. The man with the goopy hands. He is going to throw a ball of goop at Optic. So you see his hand kind of swirls in this ball of like looks like black snot, and he just like overhand throws it at Optic. Okay, and let's see how
Gross.
let's see how Optic does. He hits Optic on the shoulder. So she's kind of got this goop on her shoulder, but it doesn't look like it's it's going to slow her down a little bit, but it could have been worse. And then we have Rocky. Rocky is actually going to go after the young lady. You hear him say, actually, he's still in his regular form. He has not changed because he said, "Should I change?" and no one told him to change. So he's still he's still kind of in his regular human form. He's actually going to stop and go, "Should I change?"
Rocky, have a little independence. If there's a situation, go for it.
Okay. He's going to take his turn basically, or his panel, changing into his bigger form. So, okay. And I believe that's everyone. So we're going to go back to the top of the order. Okay, the gentleman known as Uppercut. He is okay. He now that how high up is Thunderbolt flying? Like just kind of evading him?
Just enough to be out of his reach.
Okay.
But still in this area because I don't want to leave Optic's friend unattended.
Okay.
You know.
He is going to run forward and he is going to try to push the stack of cars. And let's see how he does. He runs over to the stack of cars that would basically be behind Thunderbolt and shakes it.
Okay.
And you see that the stack kind of starts to stagger just a little bit. And you see the top car starting to shift a little bit, and it's starting to shift
towards me?
Towards you, yes.
Okay, so I'm going to try to use the elemental control thing and try to like use wind to put it back.
Okay. Now this would be your action then for combat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Go ahead and try that.
Okay, so it's 6 dice. Okay, I got a 2, a 4, a 6 and a 4.
Okay.
The other two didn't work.
It manages to stay in place, but it's not moving forward like it was.
Okay.
So
All right.
you've kind of
Just kind of like stopped it,
yes.
pushed it back. Maybe stack it a little better.
Yeah. Okay. Back on the other side, the young lady whose name is Smashley, by the way.
Oh, no.
Smashley?
Smashley.
No. Did they call you that in
no.
high school, girl? Please change your name. Don't live up to that.
I did not come up with these character names. They are established characters in Prowlers and Paragons. Okay. She's gonna now that Benny did something to her, she's gonna try to do another kick at him. Ooh, okay. Roll me your toughness, please, because she definitely tags you.
Toughness. Okay, let me double check that real quick. Okay. Good at that also.
Yeah.
Not good enough this time around, though. Only 3 successes.
Okay. He is gonna take 2 damage. She caught him in the side of the head, like when she spun, like you had touched her, and then she spun quickly on her turn and like hit you in the side of the head for 2 damage.
Cool.
All right. And then we've got Old Man Winter. What would you like to do?
Well, I guess in response to getting kicked in the side of the head, I'll sort of do my like icy wind breath at her.
Okay. Go ahead and roll.
Way better. Way better than the last one.
Okay. What do you have?
7 successes.
Oh, okay. Okay, she takes some more damage. She's like, ah! She's like, God damn it, man.
Maybe you shouldn't have kicked me in the side of the head.
She's like, don't tell me what to do. You're not my real dad.
Not anybody's dad. I might be your grandpa, though.
All right.
But actions have consequences, little missy.
All right. Plasmid, the goopy-haired man, or goopy-handed man, is going to fire at... he's actually going to take a shot at Rocky. Okay, so let's see how Rocky does. Ooh, Rocky takes some damage, and he's it's kind of like all over his chest, and one of his arms is kind of stuck, and he's having trouble like turning into his kind of his rock form. So he looks like he's kind of stuck. Okay, and then actually that's Rocky's turn. So he's gonna actually see if he can just grab the goop and pull it off him, because he's and
Rocky.
yeah, he gets a big handful of it, and it's just like dripping off his hands, and he tries to like flip it off, and it's like stuck and then he swings his hand back like this, and it flies, and it is going to hit Smashley. So basically this big goop of black stuff is going to hit her right in the face, and she's like, ah! She's like, oh, my hair. She's shrieking about this. And
hey, maybe you shouldn't have hung out with a dude who shoots glue out of his hands or whatever.
And we are going to go back to the top of the order. And Uppercut kind of liked the idea he had of kind of shaking those cars. So he is going to try it again. Okay. Yeah, he shakes it again. And now it starts to shift a little bit. And it looks like, and when one car is now look like it's getting ready to fall.
Okay, I guess I'm trying to move the car back.
Okay.
Just one car is going to fall, or the
So,
whole stack is coming?
so far, one is starting to fall, and then the next one, they're all starting to shift, almost like dominoes.
Okay.
So like one is starting to fall.
Um, what can I do with that? Can I get Optic's friend out of range of that?
You can,
Is
yes.
she stuck to something? Okay.
Her feet are actually stuck to a car.
Stuck to a car.
Yeah, so
Okay.
you'd have to probably either pick her up or try to scrape away the goo. And
That's just going to get all over me then. I know what this is. So, yeah, I'm going to try to pick her up and fly her out of range of the car stack that's about to crash.
Okay.
Hopefully on this idiot.
Okay.
You know?
First, I need you to make a might roll to see
Okay.
if you can pull her out of there.
Okay, 3 dice. Yeah, that didn't. Well, I got a 4 and a 2.
It's not enough.
Ugh.
Now your fingers are in it. So
Okay,
No.
all right.
so that's gonna be your turn then. Is basically
Yeah.
trying to go over there and trying to rip that stuff off. So,
Okay, can I yell for someone
You can.
on my turn?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so I know this stuff freezes, so I'm going to yell for Benny
Okay.
if I can.
Okay.
And I don't know how I'm going to like block this from her, but from getting hit with these cars. But
Okay.
he'll probably hear the crash first.
Okay.
You know.
And I realize I missed Optic's turn, but
Oh, okay.
that's fine. Okay. So then
Fighting's not really her specialty anyway,
exactly.
so.
Exactly. Okay. Smashley now has all this crap all over her face, so she's now the stuff is getting in her hair. She's crying.
He's
now.
just laughing. He's just laughing at her.
She's like pulling, she's like, buddy, when I get this stuff off my face, I am gonna give you such a beatdown.
Okay, sure.
Okay. And then it is gonna be Old Man Winter's turn.
Okay, well I hear Xandra yelling for me. I'm just be like, on my way.
Okay.
I'll just to start running
All
towards
right.
her voice, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm hoping I'm strong enough to not break under the cars or something. Maybe I could like put wind up next time. Well, my hands are stuck, so maybe not.
Okay.
We'll just see what happens.
Plasmid sees Old Man Winter starting to run and goes, not so fast.
Oh.
Throws a ball of goop at Benny. You want to try to dodge, or you want to try to use your toughness?
I will try to dodge.
Okay.
Seven successes.
He evades it. So the goop,
And,
goop was like
as he's
sailing
running,
past. Okay.
as he's running and sort of just like casually dodges out of the way of the goop, he just like flips Plasmid off as he keeps going.
Right. Rocky now has the snot stuff off his hands, and is going to basically going to finish his transformation. He already stood close to 7 feet tall in his normal human form. When he completes the change, he is about 8.5 feet tall. His form looks like he's made out of sandstone, with cracks on it. He's not quite like the Thing in that it's more smooth and rounded off edges, but he does have these eerie, piercing green eyes, and he's going to have to finish his transformation in this turn. So his next turn, or our next panel, I believe we call them, Rocky's going to be able to actually do something. So then Optic now is.
Mike says that the screen on the stream is frozen, but the audio is fine.
Ah, okay. I do not know.
I think that's a Twitch thing, honestly.
It has to be Twitch, yeah. So. Okay. So Optic now can act, and she is going to. There's not much there's electronics around them, but there are a lot of broken stuff. She's just going to do a good old-fashioned kick at Plasmid. And
Right, you got this, Optic.
Yeah, she kind
Say
of
from the other. I
she
say from the other rack.
she runs up and she's gonna just try to like kick at him. She's not a very skilled fighter, but she hits him. And he kind of takes it on the side, but it didn't really stop him. Um, and we are gonna return back to the top of the order, and
Okay.
Uppercut's just gonna continue shaking that stack of cars, and he's just laughing like a maniac. Uh, Okay, yeah. One of the cars is now starting to fall, and the next one is starting to shift.
Oh boy.
So,
And I'm kind of stuck here,
so,
right?
so, so
Yeah.
Thunderbolt, you can either try to shield her with your body. You could try to break the goop again, and then if I'll make you a deal, if she can
Hmm.
break the goop,
Uh-huh.
I will let you have another chance to possibly grab her and fly away, but you have to be able to break the goop first. So
Okay.
it's going to be a
So I have
might.
to be able to break the goop
Yeah,
to
yeah,
do it. What
yeah.
do I roll for that? For
It's
breaking goop.
Roll to break the goop.
it is going to be a might roll, please, because you're
I
basically having to
might
like
roll.
reach into
Okay.
the stuff and just like tear it apart. So
Okay. I got a 2, so no, I failed at that.
you failed at it. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. So
But the reason I'm yelling for Benny is because I know this shit can be frozen.
yep, yep. Okay,
Uh-huh.
all right. So then, actually, it is now Smashley's turn. Okay. She is. She's going to actually attack. She's going to attack Rocky, which probably isn't the smartest thing to do. Uh, hmm, okay. And she hits. She punches Rocky and comes back with her hand like, ow, ow, my God,
That
why?
sounds about right.
Like, why did I do that? And she moved Rocky a little bit. I mean, she's strong in her own right, so she moved him a little bit, but is still like, oh God. Okay, we are gonna go to Old Man Winter. Okay, you have now basically
Hmm.
rounded the corner of the stack of cars, and now see down the kind of like this alley. You see this guy who is like shaking the cars. This big
Hmm.
huge guy shaking the cars. You see Thunderbolt down by a girl you assume is Paradox, and she's trying to. She looks like she's trying to rip off this stuff. Um, can you give me a perception roll, though, please?
Sure. That's not my strongest stat, but I can give it to you. Apparently, it's working out for me today, though. That's 5. Hopefully,
Okay.
that's good enough.
Okay. Your eye catches a falling, flattened car is starting to fall. It's falling through the air into basically towards where Thunderbolt is.
Okay, I'll and try to blast it out of the way.
Okay.
Not the best. That's only 3.
Nah. It uh
Nope.
it continues to fall. Okay. Back on the other side, Rocky is Rocky is going to continue to fight because that's what Rocky does. So he is going to swing at Plasmid again.
He hits and gets hit.
Okay, hits Plasmid. Plasmid's trying to use his toughness. Plasmid does not have much toughness, so he is knocked off his feet. He is knocked backwards and kind of like slides across the dirt.
Yeah, you'd imagine a goo man would either have a lot of toughness or like no toughness at all. There's no in between.
Okay. And then Optic. So Plasmid is not going to act in this panel because he just got knocked back. Optic then saw Benny run, so she's going to start running in that direction. Okay, we are back at the top of the turn, and unfortunately, I need actually, excuse me. Uppercut's gonna go again. He's gonna keep shaking.
Oh,
He's gonna just keep shaking this thing. He's just laughing like a
Oh.
maniac because this is just hilarious to him. Okay, no more cars. Slide.
okay.
Okay.
Well,
Just
that's
one.
something. That's a
Yeah.
silver lining
Okay.
at least.
Okay.
hmm
Thunderbolt. You have a quick
hmm
decision to make. You can either try to shield her with your body, or you can jump out of the way. But you can't do both.
Uh, if I don't block it, she's gonna die. So I'm gonna try to shield her with
Okay.
it, and maybe I don't know if I can do any of my abilities if my hands are stuck in goo.
Well, they're not totally stuck in the goo. You've basically reached in,
Okay.
but you can't like tear it apart. Um,
Okay.
so
All
you
right, then I'll use maybe the wind as a shield
okay? You can try that. Okay.
over us. So I'm
Yep.
gonna like do that kind of
S-
above us.
spend a resolve point to
Okay.
add into your die pool, please, because this is a heroic
Okay.
action. So
Okay. So now I'm at 4 resolve. And how many do I roll? Let's see. The wind thing is. Is it elemental control? That's
elemental control,
six dice.
yeah.
Okay. Yep.
She's gonna try to focus it like when she pulled the bus. She's gonna like
Yeah. hmm
she's thinking about okay now and like the way I pulled that bus now I want to try to push.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I moved a bus.
Yes, she did. Yes, she did.
Okay, so
Check that off
I've
the bucket list.
right. So I've got a 6, a 4, a 2, and a 2 on the dice. I don't know how this goes, but that's what I got.
She slowed it down, but it's still coming down at her. Um,
Okay.
can you please make a toughness roll for me?
Okay. And that's 6 dice. I got 2 6s, a 2, and a 4.
Okay. The car comes down. It hits Thunderbolt and kind of pins her right on top of Paradox. She is basically just down for the rest of the fight.
Great.
And we will see how she does. Okay, so that was Thunderbolt. Okay, I'm not gonna. I'm gonna just go straight to Old Man Winter because there's gonna be some fighting going on the other side, but at the moment that's not important. Okay, Old Man Winter, you've now seen this car come down slower, but still fall and hit your new friend.
Okay. Well, while his gut instinct is to, immediately want to run over to the car, realistically, he knows he can't do anything about it at this moment in time. So instead, he'll sort of like turn his attention to Uppercut and try to blast him off of the stack of
Okay.
cars.
Okay. Go ahead.
Ooh, you'll love to see it. Um, 6 successes.
Okay. Okay. It hits him. Kind of hits him square in the chest, and knocks him back a little bit. So he's now no longer able to keep shaking the stack. So you've done some damage to him. So okay. And Optic was running around the corner. She's probably she doesn't. Her ranged attacks are really more electronics wise, so she really can't do much. But she is probably going to rush forward to the car and see if she can try to lift it off the characters. So she's not the strongest, but she gets it up just a tiny bit. I mean, it's just she's really
Struggling.
straining.
Yeah.
But she gets it up. And she just goes, Rocky, we need you.
As
Um,
he's busy beating up two other
yeah,
people.
yeah. Um, we are gonna um, we're gonna go back to the top of the round. I'm gonna say Rocky. You hear Rocky's footsteps pounding on the dirt,
Because how could you not?
running,
Yeah, when he's giant hulked out or
right,
whatever.
right, running around. So we are gonna go back to uppercut is now gonna jump down and try to punch Old Man Winter. So he
Okay.
kind of does kind of a soaring leap and just kind of lands right in front of him. It's just like, okay, roll me your toughness, please,
Toughness. Okay.
to see how well you do getting punched in the face.
Get kicked in the side of the head, get punched in the face, get it all. That is 6 successes.
He takes 1 damage. He does pretty
Okay.
well. He took a straight punch from uppercut and took 1 damage, so he should be a total taking 3 damage there.
Yep.
Okay. Um, Thunderbolt, you are not unconscious.
Okay.
But you feel this tremendous weight pressing down on you.
Right.
You you're pinned there. What would you like to do?
Um. Okay. If my hands are free, I'm gonna try to use like a wind force to just push this
Okay.
off of us.
Yeah, yeah. Your hands are kind of splayed to the side, so you might be able to
So I can
kind
just
of
kind of
yeah,
like that.
Just like,
yeah.
Yeah, that
Well,
kind of
no,
thing.
no. Actually, you're face down.
Oh, I am.
Yeah. You're because
Okay, so can I turn my wrists over, like, and try that, and just hope I'm aiming right?
Yeah, you're
Okay.
basically face down on top of Paradox. So
Okay. So this is 6 dice. Okay, I've got a 4, a 2, a 6, and a 4.
okay.
I mean, I can't see what I'm doing, so
It's, you feel it. You feel a little less pressure on you, just a little less.
okay. So I'm like trying, like straining, trying to
Yeah, yeah.
move the. Well, I'd be going like this, I guess, to
Well,
move the
yeah,
car off of us
but
a little bit more. Yeah.
but it's you feel it going up just a little bit. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
every little bit helps.
yep.
Right.
Okay.
So I'm focusing on that entirely right now. It's just to try to keep that going.
Old Man Winter, you've made a new friend.
Yep.
But what would you like to do?
I'd like to grab both sides of his head and start sapping his body heat.
Okay. Give me. I want to have an agility roll to make sure you're going to be able to grab him.
Okay.
Because he's a pretty savvy fighter. So.
That is 7 successes.
Okay, you got him. Okay, and
Sick.
and now make your roll to try to sap him.
Okie doke. Oh, you love to see it. You really do. You roll 6 sixes.
Oh.
Wow.
Not 6 sixes. I meant 3 sixes.
Oh, I
Six,
was
six,
gonna
six.
say. Okay.
So with those, it was 6 successes.
Gotcha.
But
Okay.
okay, so 8 successes total.
Okay. Yeah, you're hurting him. He's like ah. So you're hurting him.
We don't drop cars on my friend, asshole.
Why don't you describe what happens when Benny does his little cold miser thing, so, or heat transfer, or whatever we're calling it these days.
Yeah. Well, in this case, he's taken quite a bit from him, and so as he's like sapping him, uppercut sort of like starts developing this sort of like frost bite sort of appearance over parts of his body, like very specifically like where he's touching him, so on the side of his head, I guess.
Yeah.
And as he's draining him, Benny's skin tone starts going from pale to more, natural. Get those like reds back in there, and then his hair is turning back from white to brown.
Okay. Alrighty. He's like, ah. Okay. Optic is she's gonna try to keep lifting the car a little bit more, and you hear her yell out, and she's like, "Somebody from the Heralds, we need help right away." And she is gonna just keep trying to lift this car. So it doesn't move. So she's maybe it kind of okay. But now our boy Rocky comes over. And,
Okay.
And now Rocky now sees Uppercut, and you see in those green eyes, almost if you could read his expression, a recognition. Like he knows.
You could read his emotionless expression.
Exactly. If and that would be a really hard perception roll. But you hear him grunt. He's like, uppercut, and he looks like he wants to go over and smash, smash uppercut. And he's frozen in thought for his turn, because he doesn't know what he wants to do. Okay. And we are going to go back to the top of the round, and Thunderbolt, you want to try your thing again?
Yeah, try to move the wind a little, move the car a little bit higher off of us so we don't get crushed.
That would be
Do I
good.
roll again? Yeah.
Roll your
6 dice.
Yeah,
Okay, I got a 6, a 2, 2 more 6s, and that's all.
Okay.
Dope.
It starts moving up a little bit.
Okay,
it's
so I'm kind of like...
It's actually not, it's not on you anymore. So
okay.
It's off your back, and it looks like it's starting to come up a little bit.
All right, can I roll over? Kind of.
Not
yet.
You're not at that point.
Okay.
Where you could roll over.
Okay. All right.
And
I'll just keep doing that then.
And when you were laying there on top of the Paradox, you can feel their heart. I mean, so they're still alive. I mean, they're not,
yeah.
But they look like they're still out. And Uppercut is gonna take a punch at Benny again. Okay, Benny, roll your toughness, please.
All right. Only 4 successes.
You're gonna take 1 more damage.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So he punches you in the face, and he's like, "Ha! Had to bring your big friend, didn't ya?"
Just spit blood in his face.
Classy. Okay. Rocky has now made a decision, and he comes, and he comes running up and puts his big massive hands underneath the car, and he just starts lifting. And,
good.
And let's see how Rocky does. He manages to lift it up off of Thunderbolt, so now she can move.
Okay.
And he's kind of got it like this. He's just kind of holding it in his hands.
Throw it at that asshole over there.
We'll see what happens. But yeah,
that's just my opinion.
Optic then on her turn kind of comes down and she's checking on you guys. She's like, "You all right? You all right?"
I think so. Are you okay? I'm asking Paradox. Are you all right? Kind of.
She just kind of moans like she can't.
Okay.
And Optic says, "Help is coming."
Oh, good.
Okay. We're gonna go back to the top of the turn, and Uppercut is now looking at Rocky, and kind of like, "What do you think you're gonna do with that?" And he is gonna throw a punch at Rocky.
So, hey, can I try to tackle him as he's like
You can.
trying to move away? All right.
Yeah. If you want to, Rocky uppercut is going to swing um, at Rocky. But yeah, if Old Man Winter, if you wanna take your turn to interfere or intercept or whatever.
Yeah, I'd like to just sort of like as he's like running over to try to punch Rocky, just like just to like try to tackle him to the ground.
Okay, you can try that.
Okay, what would I roll for that?
That's gonna be your might to.
Okay, that's what I would. That's what I would think. That is 7 successes.
Okay. It's like hitting a brick wall.
So do I just bounce off of him?
You do, yeah.
Oh no!
You,
Just like
you literally went running over like doing like a flying tackle and just.
Oh no!
just slide off of him as he keeps going.
And you are actually going to take an additional point of damage for that.
Okay.
Okay. So I have now. You've taken 5 damage. So.
Nope.
What is your health, by the way?
7.
Okay, so yeah, you are you are not feeling good. Okay.
No, I've definitely been better. Probably the most I've been beaten up recently.
Okay. I believe it is Rocky's turn, and he is going to heave the car at Uppercut.
Good.
And Uppercut gets absolutely creamed. He is standing here, and the car just goes and just absolutely creams him. And it was a good thing that Benny had fallen, because otherwise
Or he
would
would
have gotten hit.
Yeah.
So basically, the car goes right over him and smashes Uppercut and just like drives him way back into like another stack of cars where you hear that kind of shake.
Just like slow-mo bullet time just passes over Benny.
Exactly.
Just like,
Exactly.
Right.
oh shit.
Okay. And we are now out of combat.
Okay.
So, Thunderbolt, you can stand up if you want.
Yeah, I'm gonna stand up and kind of see if I'm all right. Brush the dirt or grease or whatever off of me if I can. And Paradox is still stuck. Is that right?
Yeah, she's still stuck.
Okay. Hey
Benny's
Benny,
gonna-
this stuff freezes.
Yep, okay.
I've run into this asshole before, so yeah.
Hold. This is the guy you were talking about
Yeah.
before on the car ride?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. The plasmid or whatever. Yeah.
Okay. And he's just gonna start limping his way over to the others,
Oh.
and I guess he'll sort of like very slowly bend down because he's in a lot of pain at the
Oh
moment.
god. Oh.
And he'll just like softly breathe on the goo or whatever to.
It should turn into
try
like
to freeze
Play-Doh, like when Play-Doh dries out. When it does
Yeah.
that, she'll be able to get out.
Yep. And I'm not going to make you roll. Yeah, it does. It turns into
Okay.
kind of like Play-Doh. So now you would be able to try to pull it apart with your hands, or if you had something really
Yeah.
strong.
I'm just gonna kind of.
I mean, I'll just start like peeling at it
Okay.
and stuff.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
It comes out. It's all kind of all over the place, and you're able to get her feet free from there.
Okay.
Okay.
You're not stuck anymore. I don't know if you hear me. You're kind of out, but
And
yeah.
across from Rocky, you see this yellowish green circle appear, and
What is that?
a girl steps out of it. She has blonde hair. She has kind of a green bodysuit on, and she has a couple band-aids on her face. And she kind of just comes. You see her kind of just limp out of this thing, and you hear Optic yell, "Blink! Thank you! Thank God!" And this girl apparently is named Blink. Comes
Okay.
Oh,
Kinda-
yeah,
kinda-
you did mention her, didn't you?
kind of
I was,
comes.
you know me at this point, Optic. I was about to be like, who the hell is that? But thank you for answering that
Yep.
for
And
me.
So, friend of yours, yeah?
yes, yeah, yeah. She's
Okay.
yeah. She can get us back. And you see her, this girl, come over, and she kind of crouches down next to Paradox, and she's kind of groaning a little bit, and you look like she's still recovering from something. And she's like, okay,
Yeah.
she's like, I can take you one at a time.
I'll
So
take her. She's really injured.
Yeah,
okay,
yep. I was
okay,
say, yeah. Go ahead.
okay. So over the next course of a few minutes, this girl comes back. This portal thing kind of opens, and what she's going to do is she's going to take each of you back. Um, Rocky is one of the last ones because he says, I want to go look for the others, and he runs over.
Oh,
So then,
Talking about the bad guys? I'm assuming he's talking about the bad guys.
yeah.
Okay.
Um,
I'm sorry. Maybe I'm concussed. I don't know. I got punched really hard.
okay.
yeah. I heard some stuff, but I couldn't see it.
Yeah. And Thunderbolt, you're in pretty bad shape too.
Yeah, probably.
I
I'm
didn't.
trying to play it off like I'm okay, but
Yeah,
I'm not.
okay.
Yeah.
This girl Paradox takes you each back one at a time, and when you come out of the portal, you're standing in front of this red brick three-story house, um, and
Okay.
and she kind of brings everyone back and kind of sits you down on this kind of this circular driveway that's in front of the house by the front door. And there's this winding driveway that leads downhill. There's a gate at the front. The house looks like it was probably built in the 1950s. So it's actually looks older than the rest of the neighborhood. When you kind of look around, there's more modern houses like across the street. But eventually, Blink comes back with Rocky,
Okay.
and then she
My
just
truck is still there.
It's still
Oh no.
there.
and she and Blink just takes a knee, and
Blink, can you blink a truck?
she's like, no, not today.
Damn. Okay. I don't want to lose it again or have it broken
It
again.
would be a real pain in the ass, but
It's
hopefully
expensive.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
Let's just hope, fingers crossed. Quadruple fingers crossed.
Wow.
Hope that
Okay.
hope that it's just it'll be fine. Let's hope it's there. Uh,
Yeah. Yeah.
otherwise you can just take out your righteous vengeance on whoever does something to it.
That could happen.
Okay, the front door of the house opens and two figures rush out. First one is a tall older man with rugged features. He's dressed in a gray hooded sweatshirt, jeans, and work boots. He says, "Come on, we need to get them inside," and he will run over to Paradox and pick her up and start to just carry her inside. The second one is like a teenage boy. He's kind of short, probably looks maybe about 16 at most. He's dressed in a fantasy RPG T-shirt, basketball shorts, and flip flops. You see, as he's running forward, he kind of like starts like waving his hands like this, and you see this thing it's like this blue gaseous form. It turns into what looks like a stretcher that would have like the two people could carry, and it kind of fills out its form, and then actually just slides right underneath Thunderbolt, because you were kind of just sitting down like, oh, like maybe barely keeping your head up.
Yeah.
And
It's awesome.
yep. And
Okay.
he picks
Sure.
up one end and Rocky picks up the other, and they carry you into the house.
Okay.
And anyone else would be kind of helped in. Old Man Winter, you'd kind of be helped in maybe by Optic.
I'll just put an arm around her. Just be like, carry me. I'll help, I guess, but
All right.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in a lot of pain right now. Optic, sue me.
She's like, I know. I'm sorry. This is these have been some bad days. When you enter in the house into the grand foyer, you see there's a curved staircase that kind of on the right that kind of leads up to a second floor. There's some chairs and some furniture in this room, but they look old and they're a bit out of date. But I mean, the house is clean, so it's almost like it's like somebody's grandparents' house.
Yeah, I was going to say, Sandra's thinking that.
That somebody has been taken care of. And as you come in, Optic kind of waves you guys to follow this to follow the stretcher that's holding Thunderbolt. And the kid is holding the kid who's holding the one end of the stretcher. And he says, "Hey, sorry, I didn't get a chance to introduce myself. They call me the Conjurer."
I see why. Looks like it's helpful.
Have a normal name.
Yeah, Josh.
Okay, Josh, you're doing good. Just keep going.
Am I required to call you the Conjurer, or will Conjurer suffice?
I guess Conjurer will just work fine.
Okay, I wasn't sure if you were really set on the determiners or not. I was just curious.
He's like, this guy's weird. Where did you get the old guy?
Yeah, it's okay. Don't worry about it. He is who he is. Okay, just keep going. Keep going.
And they lead you through the house where it looks. You get to this room, almost looks like a medical facility. Is that kind of at the back of the house?
Wow.
It's got X-ray machines. It's got just about anything you could think of. When you get in there, there's a tired-looking woman back there. But the thing that's interesting about her is she has green skin, and she has large insect wings on her back.
Wow.
And
okay.
She kind of waves you forward. She's like, "Okay, come on, bring him in." There's a couple exam tables, but Thunderbolt is laid on one, and Paradox is laid on another. And she's like, "What did you guys get into?"
Hit by a car.
Yeah, they got crushed by a car.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
And she kind of says, "Okay, everyone else out. Let me work."
Right.
So she kicks everyone out, but she gives Thunderbolt a shot for the pain.
Thanks.
And she
can only fake it so long, you know.
And she kind of drifts off into a nice little nap.
Out. Yeah.
Outside the exam room, the older man walks up to Benny and kind of puts out his hand and says, "Thank you. You didn't have to help us."
Well, you're welcome. You're welcome.
He says, "My name is Shockwave, by the way."
Shockwave. Okay. What do you do? Like, Shockwave can mean a lot of things. Like, is it more like tremor based? See that movie Tremors?
Yeah, it was terrible, but yeah, I can do stuff like that, but without the worms.
Okay. Gathered.
He's like, normally we wouldn't have had trouble with those three, but as you can see, we're starting to be spread pretty thin these days. He's like, you're welcome to stay. I know Optic and Rocky and Blink went through a lot to get you, and we're glad you're safe. But if you want to go, you're welcome to stay the night, and then you don't have to stay any longer, and you don't want to. We don't want to keep you if you got other things you need to do.
Well, I was supposed to be looking over some cats, but that was like 3 months ago. Andre's probably pretty pissed and probably doesn't want to see me right now. So I don't really have anywhere else to be at the moment, so.
Okay. And the girl, Blink, she kind of comes limping up, and she kind of just leans on Shockwave, and she says, "You can stay longer if you want. I mean, we could really use the help." And Shockwave doesn't say anything. He just looks kind of slightly embarrassed. You give me a perception roll, please.
Okay, my expertise. Ew.
Okay. Yeah, you can just see he doesn't say anything. But what you find out from just kind of chit chatting with people, and we're just going to assume you guys stay the night.
Yep, got nowhere else to go.
Xander gets up in a couple hours, achy as
Okay.
hell. But she, they maybe give her some Tylenol after this or something, kind of bandage her up.
Coffee.
She has a cracked rib, but amazingly nothing else. I mean, besides some aches and bruises and stuff. So really nothing was broken.
Wow. Okay.
You find out from talking to the guys that this is again this mutant team known as the Heralds, and they currently only have 7 members left. Through attrition, they've lost members. So right now they're trying to hold down this base here in Chicago. So you've met all of them at this point. You've met Rocky.
Okay.
You've met Optic. You've met Blink. Paradox. You've just seen her. You haven't talked to her. She's
Right.
still hurt. The woman who was the medical woman. Her name is Dragonfly.
Okay.
And Conjurer, and of course Shockwave. So again, they each thank you in their own turn, saying, we don't, we've never met either of you before. We kind of pulled Benny out of a tough situation, but Miss, we don't Thunderbolt. I guess you're calling yourself. We don't.
Yeah.
We don't know much about you.
Well, that's good. I've unfortunately been referred to on the news and the Chicago news recently, but I'm from Catsbridge,
Calling her an angel.
Yeah, they keep calling me an angel, but long story. Um, in short, I just recently discovered that I can do some of the things that maybe some of you can do. I don't know, and I used to be a storm watcher and drove into a tornado and came out with superpowers. And then there was a bus that was full of kids just down the way. I ended up in a field. And it was going to fall into the river. And I started running. I ended up flying and saved the bus and the kids in it. And some little kid got talked to on the news and said I was an angel. And so that's what they're calling me now. But it's not my choice, um, it's just a little small town, and the one of those dudes that we were fighting, Plasmid, he was there. Like you've probably seen him on the news too. I mean, he was like throwing plasma at stuff, and it freezes though after a while. You can freeze it, and that'll end it.
That's handy to know. Yeah, we've this is actually Shockwave talking. You get the feeling a Shockwave is kind of the de facto leader.
Sure.
Kind of got that impression.
Maybe just because he's the oldest, but you get the feeling he's kind of the one who's taken charge in the wake of all their losses. So he says, "Oh, that's good to know," because Plasmid's been a real pain in the ass over the last couple of
He's
years.
awful. Yeah. And he came to my town. I mean, I wasn't going to put up with that.
Well, that's good to know that we know one of his weaknesses. Then he's like
freeze him.
He's like an Optic tells me that good old Uppercut and Smashly were there.
Is that their name? It's such terrible names. Oh my god.
Come on.
Yeah.
You can do better than that. Have some more self-respect, girl. Jesus.
He goes, all I can think of is her real name is Ashley, and she just decided to call it Smashly. So.
Oh wow. Not very smart.
But she smashes, I guess. I don't know.
Maybe.
They're really just some local thugs. But what bothers us is that they're getting organized, and they took a chance on trying to take one of us down. They know we're already spread thin. They think we're weak. And Paradox was just doing what she thought was right. There was a police report. She went out to investigate, and they trapped her. So we'll just chalk that up to training, and see if we can get her back to health. But I'm
Yeah,
afraid.
she didn't look too good.
This is
What can she do?
she she's new, but she seems to. What does she describe it? Uh, she's doing things with luck. What was she calling it? Probabilities. Uh, she's a
Oh,
she's a
interesting.
she's a math whiz. That kid. Almost kind of like what Optic does with her, with her brain. But
Right.
this kid is like weighing all the options and doing all these, I guess, statistics and all these kind of things in her head. And you know,
It's
I,
impressive.
I just wanted to call her Lucky, but people thought that was, but people thought that was a name for a dog.
Oh, I
So,
Yeah,
guess it could be. Yeah.
so
yeah.
she came up with this name Paradox. So,
Paradox is way more badass sounding.
yeah, and
Kind of
then
mathy too. So if she's
yeah,
into that, that makes sense.
yeah,
How old is she? She looked really young.
she's maybe 17, I think.
Wow. Okay.
We
Rough
have
day for her then.
we we
Wow.
we have several kids who've come to us. Um, Either the parent, mostly runaways. Their parents kicked them
Mm.
out. Um, Paradox, she's got some other things going on besides just her powers.
Oh.
She's like, well, it's not my business to talk about that. I'll let them tell you that themselves. Uh,
Okay.
but good old Conjurer here he's a fantasy nerd. He just kind of pokes on my shoulder.
Never would have guessed by the shirt.
Yeah,
No, not at all. That's cool though. It's
he's
cool.
he but
The
he's able
respect.
but he's able to uh, envision items, and can create them, but and they don't seem to last very long. They seem to have a real short duration. So it's something we're working on with him to learn how to control them better. But we're all tired. Again,
Yeah.
we thank you. If you decide you want to stay, you have a place. But if you don't, then Thunderbolt will take you back to your truck tomorrow, and you can go home as you need to.
I might need to. I got family
Okay.
worried about me.
Yeah, Bobby's probably gonna be pissed.
Oh my goodness. Oh shoot, I didn't take a picture in the super suit. He wanted that.
Yeah,
You know?
you can still do it.
Yeah, probably.
It was just take a hot mirror selfie or something. Just be like, there you go.
Yeah, okay, yeah, cool. Is there a big mirror in the bathroom somewhere?
Sure.
Awesome. I'm gonna go find it and do the little selfie thing with the phone. Show the whole super suit
With all
and
my cuts and
send it to
bruises.
Bobby. You know? There. I mean,
Okay.
it's the middle of the night. I don't know what he's thinking, but he'll have his picture.
And I think
Mask and all.
and I think that's a good place to end it. I want to thank my players, for a great game. And I want to thank everyone who's been watching the stream. Thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed the game. And we are going to have my players, if they have anything they want to plug, have them do that. And then I believe my friend Ventru1399 has a raffle for us. So
Right?
why don't we start off with Aloysius first?
All right. My friend Justin's Kickstarter for their um sort of like collection of comic short stories called Everything is Different Now. Yeah, the Kickstarter for it starts this Tuesday, August 2nd. And like I said, it's a collection of comic short stories written by them, art done by multiple people. If you want details and all that, you can go look at Justin's Twitter at Emo Comic Writer. All the details should be there. They've been pumping out info for it the past week or so. So if you want more details, go check it
There you
out.
go.
Awesome.
All right, I also have a Kickstarter to push. It's not mine.
Ooh.
Okay, so I'm the host of the Shattered Soulstone podcast, and just recently I had I talked about this game that it's a TTRPG called Helgard: Curse of Cana. It's on Kickstarter, and I think its last day is October, or not October, August 2nd. I think is the last day you can buy stuff, and it's really cool. It's a TTRPG that includes elements from Diablo and Castlevania and anime action, when you fight and stuff like this. And it's like really creepy. It's got all this cool stuff. There's a whole bunch of people that were involved in it, but the two people that are like the leads of the project, they were on my show. So you can hear more about that. It's Max Carr and Mikhail D. Sabag. They're both the lead designers, and they got stories from people involved in like LA by Night and Forgotten Realms, Dungeons and Dragons that are in the book. The art is fantastic. You can support it in a number of ways as you would expect on Kickstarter, but there are like metal dice that look really cool if you want to get the whole thing and all that. And I'm just thrilled with it, and talking to them was just so much fun the other day as we just geeked out about this stuff. So that's Helgard: Curse of Cana, and it's on Kickstarter until August 2nd. I guess there's 5 days to go as I look at it. So do that if you're into it.
Alrighty.
Very cool.
As for me, thank you again for watching, everybody. We will be continuing with our Prowlers and Paragons games here at Laser Vision Comics. We are planning okay. And congrats to Lizzie Beth. Apparently you have won the raffle.
Oh.
Congrats.
Good job.
Alrighty. And we'll be continuing with Prowlers and Paragons here. And then in September, we are starting a Hunter the Reckoning kind of mini chronicle. It's called the Horror at Oak Hill. That will be starting up in September on Fridays. We'll be doing alternate Fridays. So we'll be giving everyone information on that. And then at some point, we are going to have a second season of Blood in the Water, our Vampire the Masquerade chronicle.
So excited.
Yes. Yep. So we will we'll have all of that coming up. Again, thank you for everyone watching, and we're going to be saying goodnight soon. So thanks to everybody, and we will talk to you all again soon. Thanks.
All right. Bye.